people that put us in office. You know, it's not about a political party. This is about the people that put us in office. And you people have voted us in, you voted confidence in us. And I'm just telling you, I was really shocked when this person said this to me. And I'm thinking to myself, it's no wonder we don't get nothing done. You know, it's not about party. It's about doing what's right for the community and for the people we represent. One thing I can say is the governor always says that if we disagree with something he does, we can disagree with him. If we're representing our district, he doesn't mind that. Matter of fact, I disagreed when he took the statues out. I thought it was wrong. But that's one thing about our governor. He's not playing politics. He's working for the people. And let's face it, we come from the rain tax. They're appealing that, lowering tolls. Things are getting better. The National Federation of Independent Businessmen just said that we're on 3% GDP. It hasn't been heard of in over 39 years since Bush. I believe it was Bush after Reagan. Things are looking good. I really do believe that you're going to see a lot more job creations. You're going to see more jobs coming back because of the president's bill. Anyway, if anybody wants any copies of it, I'd be more glad to email you all the different points on it. And like I said, there is fake news. They won't tell you half of what they want to tell you. And you know, that's just the bottom line. And I'm sure they're going to say the same thing about us. They're going to tell you half the facts. Make sure when you get the facts, you get all the facts. Because I can take and say one thing, or it's how you present something. And anyway, it's fake news.
Thank you, David Long. Delegate Mesker first, and then Senator Salmon.
Just real quick, yesterday there was a CBS of all news on their morning show, took 3 families from 3 different parts of the country, and they had the same tax person look at their tax information, their financials. All 3 of them, different families. One said they're not going to get as much back in their refund at the end of the year, but they're going to see a $13,000 increase in their pay. Another one said they're going to get more money back. In fact, one family is not going to pay no taxes at all. So it's a good program.
Thank you, Delegate. Senator Salmon? You covered? Very good. Okay. We hear a lot of news about driver's license, and those people who may not have been born here are getting driver's license. This constituent would like to know, a person without proof of a birth certificate has been driving for more than 60 years. What does he or she have to do to prove that they were in fact born in the United States of America? A person without proof of a birth certificate has been driving for more than 60 years. What does he or she have to do to prove that they were in fact born in the USA? Delegate Mesker?
One, if you go to the vital statistics, they have to have proof of your birth. So you get a birth certificate.
Would that person be willing to clarify?
Yes.
Gentlemen.
I have a brother. He's 81 years old, born in the USA, born in Maryland, and he doesn't have proof of birth certificate, baptismal certificate, or any ID. He's been out there to Reisterstown, to vital records. There's no proof, only because of that time he's adopted. And at that particular time, there was no records. And now he's coming up on his birth year, or birth month. And from what I understand, is that they have to have some sort of proof that they're a U.S. citizen or a Maryland citizen.
So it's one of those circumstances the agency probably hasn't encountered, they don't have an answer for. I think that's probably something we can
Well,
get.
there's a lot of people in this situation. It's adopted children, foster care. There's no records of them, and it's going to start showing.
Okay. I think if you'd be willing, I'll give you a card and we'll have a conversation. And if we need to change the law, we'll change the law. If we need to just make a call, we'll make a call. I think we could get that. He wants to be legal. He wants to have.
Well, he is legal.
Right, but he wants to get the card. He's
due to go for his driver's license.
Right.
Right, and they're not going to give it to him because there's no baptismal, there's no proof of birth.
Right.
And he doesn't have a passport.
Right, I think we could work through that.
I think we can.
Get a card from me after, when we're done here.
I know we can fix it.
Do you oppose private contractors controlling our county parks? I'd like to kick this one off. Do you oppose private contractors controlling our county parks? Delegate Grammer?
I think.
I can reiterate for you,
Sure.
Robin, if you would like, whether you're all well aware of it or not, Baltimore County is going to let a private contractor take over our Eastern Regional Park. Without saying that it's a
One on
county,
Eastern?
without it saying it's a county issue, your children go there. Without them taking into effect that we're going to lose 9 sites in this area, next 2 years, 3 schools get built, they're going to let a private contractor charge our rec councils $150 an hour to use a county park, if you did not already utilize the field that was there, because back in the 2 years ago on 43, they were going to build lighted turf fields. Well, that contract fell through and they're getting sued over it from that date. Okay, now, our county council, when I spoke to 3 members of our county council who told me, we're not allowed to talk to property management. Folks, you're elected by the people. Somebody tells me I can't talk to you,
Right.
they better answer their phone or I'm going to be at your door. Okay? So
So
what
this
they're
is the
going to
old
process to
Altenburg
do,
farm?
here's what's happening. The county's putting up money, this private contractor's putting up money. They're going to build 4 more lighted turf fields at Eastern Regional. If you are not already on those fields, you're going to pay $150 per hour to utilize a field as a rec council when we don't make. This is happening, folks. This is, your county council has approved it. Technically, it didn't go through the council, and Rec and Parks was not made aware of it. It went right over Rec and Parks' head. It was a private meeting with Fred Homan and the contractor, okay? It's game on, everybody, and I'm just letting you know, if you want to hear the truths about things, and I don't want to, I respect these gentlemen alike. I'll talk to you after the meeting and tell you the truths about everything, and I'm not afraid to tell you the truth.
Just
Can
for
you ask the governor to
clarification.
look into why this stuff happens? Because they cut the streets out
It
there
was
in
a
town.
private
they
meeting,
do.
in a door, approved,
Just
they're gonna
give-
build it, it's gonna go to private
For
contractors.
clarification, this is the old Altenburg farm that the
No,
eminent
this is where
domain.
Eastern Regional Park is now.
Right.
They're gonna add 4 more lighted turf fields to Eastern Regional Park. They have stripped Baltimore County Rec and Parks of any say whatsoever in this matter. Okay, they have nothing to say about it whatsoever, and it's not a county issue, it's an everybody issue.
Right.
It's our children's issue. We're gonna lose 9 fields when they build Colgate, Berkshire, and Dundalk Elementary School. By the law, they are to go to the next Eastern Regional Park, or the next regional park, when we're gonna be out of space here when they build these 3 schools in the next 2 years. Okay? Along with everything I've been fighting on the government center and everything else, but I don't want to steal your guys' thunder. You know I respect you guys as
I
friends.
know. I
One
think-
thing Bob said, and that's what I'm beating on, it's not about the party, folks, it's about the people.
Right.
It's about the people, it's
And
not about the
Some
party.
of that I was aware of, some of it I wasn't, and I think a little bit might be speculation, but if you want to talk.
Oh, no, it's absolute truth,
If
Rob.
if you want to talk, I'd be happy to talk with you about it.
Follow CIA.
I'm gonna be meeting with Recreation Parks, so I'm gonna bring it to their attention, but I'm also want to bring it to the governor's attention and see what more we can do with that, because that's, bottom line, that's not right. You said it, it's about us. Every person in this room, no, it's every person in Baltimore County.
Thanks.
So, you know, we need to really look into that, and I will look into that.
And they wouldn't give me a $0 room in that building across the street to put our wrestling program in. I was told today it's emphatically done, but I was also told today from our councilman who called me and said I'm being relieved of my duties as Rec and Parks for this area after 6 years. So he's not reappointing me, which is fine. I've been nice, now it's game on. The truth's come out. Buzz, I will give you whatever story you want, and I will tell the truth to everybody. You guys have got to stop having the little thing over your eyes. What's going on? A $0 room they won't give us in this building. $0. We're gonna paint 55 pickleball courts throughout this county. Put $1.5 million there. We give $43 million out to Towson. Okay, do you understand? Okay, they're taking our money and doing what they want with it. And that's the issue. And if you guys ever want to know the truth, I'm more than happy to tell you the truth. And I won't say it's a state issue. I'll tell you what I feel about it. And I have no problem. And I don't have to recant my stories because I don't have to make up lies. I will tell you the truth that I said.
So we can move on. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Leading into community, how can communities find out about grants programs and various amounts? Senator Selling?
All the yours.
Call my office. Call our office and we can let you know what's out there, what's available. There's money that's allotted for certain areas, if I'm not mistaken. And Robin deals with this more than I do. But people, businesses, communities have opportunities to get help. And you let my office know. I have my card, you let the offices know what is needed, what you would like to have, what we can complement the area, we would love to do that. I know you can do that.
Thanks. So the question is, typically when you're looking at some kind of funding for a project, it starts with a question. You say something like, I'm trying to make this stream, this trail adjacent to a stream. How do I get that done? In a lot of places, there are historic designations which open up more dollars for different types of projects. It depends on what you're trying to get done where. So that's the bigger explanation of it, but the shorter answer is, give me a call, give any of us a call. And we, not only are staffers, but we have resources which we can inquire, and they can give us a bigger explanation. Hey, there's X county, X state, X federal, and in some cases even private dollars for that.
Any delegate? Will our delegation do everything possible to support seniors and the elderly with benefits? One major problem is that scams that affect the elderly. I'll read that again. Will our delegation do all things possible to support seniors and elderly with benefits? One major problem are the scams that affect the elderly. Delegate Metzger and then Delegate Grammer.
My heart is with seniors, and I get phone calls all the time. You have to be so clear when you get a phone call that says, if you'll send me $355, you're going to get $9 million. Let's just use a little common sense. Ladies and gentlemen, I know we have an aging population, but we need to be clear. You tell those folks, you call my son or you call my daughter, and let my daughter or son answer that question. So many times our seniors get scammed into. I was watching a news report not long ago. This lady had sent almost $60,000 and got nothing. And her son had just happened to see her checkbook